honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
Talking out of my ass. So I don't think we officially have a name for this podcast yet. So for right now, it's just my podcast.
Yeah,
Kyle Balls podcast.
The my podcast.
Yeah, going deep with Kyle Balls.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're still in debates on that, on what to do and when to do it. So, okay. So what are we talking about, guys? Are we podcasting?
I guess so. Didn't you just kind of kick it off there with the?
I did. I was talking to the
call it?
Instagrammers, but yeah, sure.
Oh,
we're
that's true.
podcasting.
Okay, I guess we're off in podcasting. So, do you want to do viewer mail first, or do you want to do?
You want to do the viewer mail?
the
Yes.
story? You want to do the viewer mail?
Balls deep with Kyle. Yep. There you go. Ooh, Kendra Hart joined. It's exciting. So we're doing viewer mail first, guys. These are fan mail. These are things people actually send me or comment to me. They're pretty exciting. Sometimes a little hurtful.
Can the Instagram people hear me?
I think they can hear you. I mean, yeah.
I don't care about they see me, but I want to be able to hear the story too.
Nobody wants
So for
to
you guys
know.
on Instagram, hopefully you guys can hear the story that he's about to tell of a guy. Cousin Matt, enjoy this one.
So-
Wayne's going to read the message that we got.
Okay, so this message is from Ryan. We're not going to give a last name or even an initial
Yeah.
because I don't want.
Ryan sent me a message.
Ryan sent Kyle a message on the Life of Balls email address.
Life of Balls email. It's
The one that we don't like. It's not advertised. It's not like it's just. I don't even know how he got it.
Not sure how they got it either.
I was there for episode 1. I saw y'all setting this up, and I never knew there was a Life of Balls email.
We have to have an email for
we had
the
to create
YouTube.
it to create the accounts and everything, but it's not like we advertised the Life of Balls email. So how they got it or found it, we were not quite
That's
sure.
dedication.
Right? Yeah.
Or just a lucky guess. So anyway, this comes from Ryan, and he sent this on February 15th, 2022. So just over just a little more than a year ago. So good evening, Kyle. I've been a huge fan of your porn videos, and let me say extremely huge.
Ooh, extremely.
Your videos have helped me out through a lot of troubling times throughout my life, and I want to say thank you for that.
That's good to hear.
The production value that you've laid out is extremely well thought of and planned. With that said, the foreplay in your videos could extend more to hold the viewers in climactic hold position.
Climactic hold.
Yeah. Everybody's a director.
Yeah.
BTW, your wife is admirable, and my God, she's one of the best actors in the world. As much as I could go on about how much I love your content, I
Pass
want
that
to
on to her.
inform you that I am a 40-year-old virgin
40-year-old virgin, ladies and gentlemen. Supposedly.
who has been following
Allegedly.
your content for at least 5 years, if not more. I'm extremely introverted in my personal life as I tend to stay in the same routine daily, but I want to break that cycle, which is why I'm reaching out to you. My question for you is, would you help me out? This email has been in my draft folder for over a year and edited as needed. One day I will click send. If I do, my God, I hope you will respond. If not, so that's life. Side note, best films, Shy Stepmom Poses, and Mom Helps Sore Son Bathe.
Cool.
Oh, that was a good one.
So he sent me that. He sent me that email wanting me to fix his 40-year-old virgin problem like I'm an expert at picking up women. I honestly can't say at this point if we ignored him or just never saw the email. Both are possible. I'm not going to sit there and say we're innocent and ignored him.
Well, I'm going to admit that I do remember actually reading this email back then.
Oh, okay.
It came to me one day because I realized because I remember when I read it, what I remember in my head, I thought, you don't want me to answer this because what the fuck do you want him to do for you? Like, he's my best friend and he doesn't help me get laid. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, what's the guy's name?
Ryan.
Ryan, just so you know, this was not Kyle's fault. I'm just putting that out there. It was Wayne. He's the one that didn't bring it to Kyle's attention, so you didn't get ignored on purpose by Kyle. I'm putting all the blame on Wayne.
Not true, because whenever there's an email in there that I read, I will mark it as unread because that's for Kyle.
Listen,
Usually it's business anyway.
I text Kyle,
It's okay. Just in the stream of things, especially with emails, because I get notifications on my sales. So on average, I get 400 or 500 emails a day, realistically. So, there's a good chance I missed it. So Continue with the story, Wayne.
So he recently sent us another email, May 3rd, 2023.
May 3rd, 2023.
This one reads, "Hey, Dick, fuck you. Still a virgin at 41. Thanks for the help." 15 minutes later, "Fuck you thrice. Thanks and have a wonderful night."
At least he's polite about it.
Thrice.
And then his last email a few minutes after that was just Kyle's like closing credits thing. What was it?
He waited 14 months.
Jesus.
Fuck you.
Fuck you thrice.
Thrice. As in 3 times,
Hey,
dude.
Dick.
Hey, Dick.
Oh, thank you, Kendra. That's a very kind.
What did she say?
It said, that email's so funny. And I was like, yeah, I still don't know what I'm supposed to say to that shit. I don't know how to pick up women. I know how to hire them to shoot porn, but, you know.
I don't know. I mean, because Coco wasn't in the industry when you met her. So, I mean.
She just couldn't resist this. I can't help it if you're not naturally irresistible.
I mean, a blind hog finds
Yeah.
an acorn every now and
There,
then.
see, there you go. There you go. Okay, so
Sayings of the folk.
we got to go through it one day and you know, as much as I can, read the Pornhub comments. Like, just read
No,
the
you don't.
Yeah, we do.
Because it's going to be like, Kyle, you're the. Because I've actually.
Well, you
done
got to highlight some of the comments because obviously some are just, you know, mean and hateful, but sometimes they're just like epically hilarious.
I still think the.
Yeah,
funny-
my personal favorite is on the Pornhub comments. Sorry to cut you off. Is whenever we get the, you know, this is all bullshit. You know, he just pays these girls to do this.
Duh.
It's like, you know, there's probably some porn guys who do trade shoots so they get it for free. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we all pay.
It's, yeah.
Oh, I got a question. What's your favorite MILF, Corey Chase or Coco Vandy? I'm gonna have to go with Coco Vandy since I married her, but Corey Chase is the shit. Thank you for that question.
I'd have to go Coco Vandy too, because I don't know Corey, and also but I do know Coco very well.
I know both of them. I've had the pleasure to meet both of them.
I think they're both awesome. I just I got to go with the one I chose to marry.
I mean that's it.
That's
yeah,
pretty-
I mean that's a given.
Guys, I do get that question all the time. Who's your favorite porn star? I'm like, do we exclude the one I married? You know, kind of gonna have to give her some credit because you know,
Yeah,
I don't want to get hurt.
they're both beautiful ladies. I mean, they're both phenomenal to be around. They both of them when they walk into a room, it just lights up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
Oh,
real,
Corey said thank you.
they're just real down to earth people. So, but I'm more partial to Coco just because I know her better.
What else do we have?
I don't know if that was the question though. I think was the question more? You think it was directed as like, who's your favorite MILF to work with? Or like,
Yeah, I kind of take it all on the whole. Whenever you put Coco in there, she's probably going to win everything with me. She's just going to win that category across the board to play it safe.
Safe.
What else do we have? So if you guys who are on Instagram, feel free to ask questions if you want. We're doing a podcast right now. Unfortunately, I have no naked women here. Just 3 dudes who are fully clothed. So,
Not 40-year-old virgins. Fuck you thrice.
oh, Life of Balls is great. What's on tap? What do we got coming next? We got our
MegaCon will be
MegaCon.
next, yeah.
We filmed an episode at MegaCon, which is the Orlando Comic-Con. Going to be dropping that hopefully next week. And then we just filmed an episode at Medieval Times. We filmed an episode. We did a pool party. It's a bunch of hot naked ladies running around the pool. The other dude's voice we have. Wayne,
Hey.
are you kind of in there?
Yeah, you can kind of block by my bar. Hey, what's up? There you go. A little higher.
That's Matt.
Matthew.
That's me. Sorry, I gotta.
How can he get a shout out?
I was about to say Matt Saxx of Glaze Studios is here with us in
Yeah.
the studio.
All right, who's that dude? I want to do that.
Love the fact that all your videos end in cream pie. Hey,
It's a fetish.
we got Luke in the house.
They wouldn't be MILFs if they didn't like that.
Oh, poor you.
Or who?
I think one of the girls is just teasing me.
Oh.
All right, guys. So yeah, anybody else who has questions for me, the industry, go ahead and hit me with it. As far as what else should we talk about, Wayne?
Well, I think
We only
we're
got
gonna-
like another 45 minutes to fill.
Yeah, roughly. You know, I thought we'd kind of like, you know, since the first podcast, you can actually sit down and just talk in detail about how you got started, where you did this. I know you hate telling the story of, you know, how you got started because you tell it all the fucking time, but
Like deep to the pizza
First
delivery guy.
Hell, honestly, that's the quick version of the story I tell, just because it saves time. But because Wayne's been my friend for 13, 14 years, almost 13 years, give or take, 2010, 11ish,
Something like that.
yeah. So Wayne was actually there in the beginning.
Poor Wayne.
I got a good Universal or Disney? Ooh. That's you know what? I probably have to say Disney just because there's more options, but an individual theme park that's the best. I'd probably go with Universal because they got more rides at one theme park.
When asked this question, I would say what I say is Universal is. I like to go to Universal more than going to Disney, but I really love Disney. Like I love going to Disney, and you do have the options. It's like I love.
We're all theme park nerds. For anybody who doesn't know that,
I love all of the Disney parks, but I love to go to Disney's Hollywood Studios the most.
I think I'm still a Disney virgin. I mean, you took
you
me.
did Epcot, but that's not really.
Not
It's Disney. It's Disney, but yeah.
You took my wife.
Yeah, she's more fun than you.
She looks better.
She looks better too.
Yeah, most definitely.
Especially on a halter top.
I want to get cream pied, but I'm not on birth control. We can figure that out. We can
B.
make it happen, girl.
Right.
Keep Plan B. Keep Plan B at the house for that reason alone. Why am I not making more shower videos? Okay, that's actually a decent question. Moved into a new house. Love my shower. It's perfect for it's a steam shower. It's awesome. I love it. Being perfect for like a real shower though, it's terrible for a porn shower. It's like loud, echoey. The lights are in the wrong place. It's really hard to film in there. Matt actually filmed a scene in there, as far as I know.
Yep.
And he didn't enjoy it. So I actually just built an outdoor shower not long ago, so we'll probably have some outdoor shower stuff. But that's why I haven't done a shower scene in a while, is my shower right now is not great for it.
Yeah, I did one in there. It was absolutely horrible. The one in your shower in Vegas that I did the shower scene.
Yeah, the shower in Vegas. I hated the
better.
shower in Vegas personally. Like, it was a terrible shower. The water pressure sucked. It was cold.
No, hell,
it
was hot.
It had it had no roof. So if you were there in the wintertime, it was fucking freezing. All the heat would get out.
I did a shower scene out there.
Yeah. Kendra Hart says Universal all the way. Screw Disney.
Ouch.
What does the mouse have to say about that, Kyle? Come on.
Yeah, he's going to find you, Kendra. Who's your favorite Kyle, Balls or Star? Kyle Star's the shit. Are you still married to Coco? Yes. Legally. Yes, we're still married. So anyways, so Matt, I was kind of, like I said, I didn't really tell you the whole story. I was working at a strip club in San Diego, and I think it was probably like 2005. I wanted to make porn. But at that point, there was no clip stores, and cameras at that point were still like fucking digital tape.
Like holding a boombox.
Yeah. I actually remember I bought a book in like 06, like how to be a porn producer, that someone made.
Somebody made that book?
Yeah. I probably still have it somewhere.
Why don't you write a better version?
They got to pay me for it. So I gave up on it. And then in 2000, we'll say 14, I don't know what finally made me just go fuck it all, but it could have been, and I don't know, because I'd have to check the release dates. It could have been even that documentary Hot Girls Wanted.
Oh, about
it could have been that just made me see, like, because they showed like behind the scenes some people making porn.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like, that's it. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I've had the same thoughts. Having while editing your porn.
Yeah.
And, like doing this.
you
having
see
been in this business,
the quality of my
dude.
stuff, and you're like, holy shit, that's what makes you stupid money.
Yeah.
So it was probably.
I could probably have the same effect with an iPhone.
Yeah, right. So it's probably that. So I went to Costco, got a handy cam that was on sale. I think I got the kit for like $180. And like I said, I was working at a strip club, so I had this whole idea that I could get these girls who already get naked for a living to do porn. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Strippers are the hardest group of girls to like convert. But I think I can tell you, I think I uploaded my first porn for sale like December of 2014.
I met you in 2016, October of 2016.
Since I produce all my own porn and everything myself, I didn't audition. I'm not male talent. I've never been male talent. No one would ever hire me to be male talent. You don't want this body in front of your camera. So no, I didn't audition. So yeah, I uploaded my first porn then, and you know, I'm not ashamed to admit to anybody who asks, it made no money. Like I sensed there was a way to make money, and you know, without, because we're still potentially doing a online course on how to do all this stuff. I thought there was a way to make money if I just tweaked it, but I shot a bunch of stuff, didn't really sell well, and at that point, that's when I moved from San Diego, California to Orange Beach, Alabama, and I wasn't shooting a lot there yet. I maybe shot one thing. Go ahead.
I've got a question
Yes,
before
sir.
you move too far. Have you always shot taboo story based like when you first started, or was it just
I actually was into I did the cheating wife stuff.
okay?
My first one, which I think is no longer on Pornhub unless it got bootlegged.
But you
Because I think it was like, I think the original first scene I did, and it was kind of because I shot it because I saw it so much in real life in San Diego, was the cheating Navy wife.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
but you've always done story based.
Yep.
Always.
And it wasn't even. I thought it was better to call it that. And in reality, you know, I'm not going to say the girl's name. It was a true story, what we were shooting, but there wasn't any talking or anything like that. But I think one of my second or third ones was like fucking my friend's girlfriend on his birthday. And it was like he fell asleep, passed out on the couch after she got all dressed up and sexy for him. I had that story based. So that was probably like my second or third video. So I uploaded some of the stuff. Didn't really sell well, but eventually, as I picked up, the Navy wife like went viral. Like that was my first. I didn't make a ton of money because I don't even know if Pornhub was paying me ad revenue back then, but I think it got like 4 or 5 million views.
You know, I'm stealing that idea because
Yeah,
I
go
live.
ahead. Yeah.
I live in a military community already.
So we did the cheating Navy wife, all that. So I moved to Alabama, and I'm still trying to shoot stuff. And while in Alabama, Orange Beach, which is right next, anybody who doesn't know, is right next to Pensacola, Florida. So it's Florida light. That's where I met Coco. And so I still shot other girls, but Coco was like 50% of the girls I was shooting. And it was probably a year. Like I got there in October of 2015. And we're together. We occasionally shoot stuff, you know, we'll shoot something little, sell it, and over the course of like 3 months, it makes us $200. Like we're not really rolling in it. And then it was January of 2017. I think it was like December of 2016. We made $250 for the month. And Coco even had the attitude like, we're putting our stuff out there, we're putting our faces out there. If we're not making serious money, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So it was like in January 2017. I was like, well, I'll try a different strategy. And I pretty much did then what I'm still doing now. And went from $250 to $2,000 in January 2017. It was like, holy shit, we can
Yeah, we can do this.
we can fucking do this shit. We can rock and roll. And
And what was it you did differently? Was it doing the story based stuff, or is it?
that scene's actually for sale. I would have to go find it because I'm trying to remember what it was called. And I got to give a shout out to, I think it's Siren Demur. Siren Demur. I want to say, I always call it Demur. She shot a scene that was like POV something or other, and it was a guy fucking his friend's mom. And Siren comes running in the room really fast and strips naked. It's like, we don't have a lot of time. Hurry up, let's do this. She gets on the bed, and I don't think I have the video. I saved the video because I thought it was awesome. I don't think there's actually any sex. I don't think you see the guy at all. It's just, but you obviously, there's a person holding the camera and doing all the stuff. And I was like, that's a good idea. So the big question everybody always asks is, are you into the taboo stuff? Not really. But I was into MILF stuff. And at that time, everybody and their mama was doing MILF.
Yeah.
But, shout out to the OGs. The only two guys who I actually saw at my level, and they were above me, obviously, but that kind of in the independent phase, who were doing taboo stuff was Luke and Corey.
Luke Longley.
Luke Longley at Bareback
Adams.
Productions, and Alex Adams with Family Therapy.
Yep.
And I just assumed, in a sense, like, I could get in the league with them because there's enough pervs out there to go around. And there was definitely the taboo stuff in general was popular, but to fast forward really quick, it was me, Luke, and Alex. And they had much bigger market share than me. But then there were a lot of there were some girls out there who were producers who only shot for themselves. So credit to those girls who were doing it too. But that was it. And now, if you go type in stepmom,
Oh, geez.
dude, like you can push aside all the mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
And there are like thousands of taboo content creators out there now, which I could definitely feel cut into my market share. But
So,
but yeah, when I did that was why is I was into MILF stuff, I was into cheating wife stuff. Everybody was shooting that. Everybody, but the big studios didn't want to dance with taboo too much. That scared them. So I was like, well, we can do that. And then at that same time. Before that, obviously, when I was in California, I had discovered Clips for Sale. Shout out to Clips for Sale. Thanks for starting it out. And then right around that time, January 2017-ish, probably pretty quickly after that, by like May or March or May or whatever, I had discovered ManyVids.
yes.
And so ManyVids.
That was a game changer. Because
Doing the story-based stuff with the trailers. That was doing story-based with the trailers. So anyways, so I see the siren shoot. So what me and Coco decide to do is we'll do the whole like horny. It might have been mom son or it might have been stepson. I honestly don't remember. But we'll pretend she's on the phone, like talking to dad or something like that. And I just she's used. It's something that happens a lot. Like her character's, oh my god, he's hard again. So
she just ignores you.
Kind of ignores me, but continues the phone call and lets me do it. So it's maybe a 7-minute video, and not to spoil the fantasy for anyone. I was trying to copy siren stuff.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even naked. I had shorts and a t-shirt on and just
smacking it.
Just did the implied stuff. And we put that one out. And that was one of those that made like $1,000 in a month.
Just by itself.
Yeah. And it was like within the first week or two, like, we're filming another one. Yeah. And so we filmed another one. And it was just like, because for someone who shoots this stuff and for anybody else who shoots this stuff or will, you'll kind of learn like those first couple shoots are nerve-wracking. You got to make sure you're in focus, you're in frame, the girls remembering their lines. And so I kind of started out doing the story-based stuff with my dick in my pants. I wasn't actually, it was all fake sex. And so after doing that a while, it got me the confidence to do the story-based, and I'd already kind of learned the trailers and the hustle just by doing that stuff. So to fast forward, we can go back and ask questions. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I tell everybody this. January 2017, we technically made $1,000, give or take. It was really just, it was December of 2016 that we made $250. We made $1,000 in May of 2018. So January 2017, we go all the way down to May of 2018. Was that 15 months later? We took home $28,000 in income that month on porn.
In 1 month,
in 1 month. 1 month,
just
I had
porn, and back then, 28,000 was well more than what it is today.
But it was that, and then
especially in Alabama.
right? Yeah, this is living in Orange Beach, Alabama. It was a nice house, not knocking on, but it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a huge yard, huge driveway, and it was a quarter to a half a mile from the beach. And I was paying $900 a month, so making $28,000 in a month.
You were balling.
Looking at stuff to spend money on because you don't need that much to live on. And I mean, that month was crazy because I released a scene that the complete series dropped within that month, and that's what really popped it off. And it was with Helena Price. Love that girl. We still shoot together from time to time. We shot something like, it was either, it's been so long I can't remember if it was mom son or stepmom stepson. I don't remember. Share a dressing room. And if anybody ever watches this scene, I was trying to make it look like a dressing room.
I remember this story. This cracked me up.
I had a kitchen that had like a square, archway to get into. So I got a shower curtain rod, tightened it up, and put a curtain like you would have in a dressing room. And then I got 3 privacy screens and put them together, and I made a square. And I put a stool in there, and it filmed from the right angle. And if you look at it this day, it looks like a fucking dressing room. So we would use stock footage because I had discovered how to use stock footage. I got really into YouTube guys like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon. Those guys definitely taught me a lot. Use stock footage to make it look like a mall. I think we were going for the department store look. And then the scene would start with Helena telling me I have to go to the mall with her, so I'd be on the couch. And then as soon as I'd agree, we'd have stock footage of the car driving. We'd have stock footage in the mall. And then we would cut to me walking into the dressing room, so the curtain's behind me. And then right when I would get to the end, I would turn, and that's when she would be closing the curtain. So you never see that was actually to the living room. And we filmed it in there, and I remember this is at the time when I filmed this. We were making more money, like it was getting better, but we were still like budget wise.
Yeah.
And I remember I spent between the curtain, the privacy, each one of the privacy screens was $200, so I just spent $600 on privacy screens, and convincing Coco, who's a little more of a conservative with money than I am, to go get it, or to pay for it, so we get it, and we're in the hole for $700 plus. I have to pay Helena for these shoots.
Yeah, that's what I say. Plus your model.
So I'm this is close to a $2,000 shoot, and we drop it, and holy shit, did it explode! Like fucking dude, I was on the front page of Pornhub. I have seen the clip one time. I have not been able to find it since. Howard Stern talked about the clip on air. Wow. Like fucking Howard Stern brought it up and searched for it on air.
The fuck out of here!
It was the number one selling clip on ManyVids, and ManyVids is a lot bigger now than what it was. But it was like at that time there were 50,000 creators, I think. Probably a million plus videos or whatever, and I was the number one clip for that month. So yeah, it just took me to a whole new level. So yeah, that at that point at the 28,000, like that was like, this is the career. This is the, we're going that way. And then, I had months where it dropped a little bit, but it's always kind of been on a steady rise. And then it's not something I enjoy bragging about because a lot of people went through some crazy shit during that time. But then during the pandemic and all that stuff, like people stayed home, they had no entertainment, and were getting checks from the government, and they were spending a lot of it on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got me into this not long after.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that in summary, but what I tell everybody is when I got to Alabama, I needed a day job. So I delivered pizzas. When I was working for Domino's, had the outfit and everything, delivering pizzas. They were desperate for employees. It was a beach town. It was a party town. So they always needed people there. And we, they'd give you 40 hours, but I would take about 60 hours. So I get the overtime plus the tips. And I lived on the 40 hours, and the other 20 went to porn, saved for porn. But by the time we were doing that 28,000, it was really like December of 2017. So we're not to May of 2018, December 2017. I did 15 grand, and that was fucking awesome. And I was actually at that point delivering food for a Chinese restaurant. And
your Chinese delivery stories are fucking hilarious.
Oh my god,
some of those
especially
someday.
in the conservative South, guys. When you called for Chinese food delivery and I showed up,
6'3".
Well, the amount of I would get so annoyed too because the amount of them would be like, "Well, you ain't Chinese," and I'm like, I wasn't Italian when I delivered pizza too, but you guys didn't seem to care about that. But anyways, people. I actually waited till I made 15 grand a month, 2 months in a row from porn before I quit my $3,000 a month delivery job.
So here's a question that going along with your story that I just kind of want to know, just curious myself.
Word.
When you got into this and, you were jumping out, actually trying to figure out if this is something that you could be successful at. I know you well enough to know that you don't do anything without doing your homework and your research and so on.
Yes.
So did you stalk Alex Adams and Luke Longley and see what him and his wife were doing and Alex was doing? And because those guys, when my wife came into the industry, which was a couple of years after you did, I mean, they were kind of like the pioneers of, like they were blazing the trail for the whole taboo. I mean, they were pushing limits, and
I can't say no to that because obviously I had seen all of their shit.
Yeah.
So there's got to be somewhere in the back of my mind that they made an impression. But the biggest thing for me though is and this is not knocking on Alex or Luke, good for them. Regular guys with regular sized dicks. They're not walking around with 8 inches, 9 inches, nothing like that. They're, regular looking guys. So I was like, well, fuck, regular guy can do this. That's cool. And it was Peter McKinnon, who's a videographer, YouTuber, photographer, and everything, and a little bit of Casey Neistat and a couple other YouTubers who actually just showed how to be filmmakers. And so it was like, okay, well, Luke and Alex are shooting story-based stuff, so definitely want to shoot story-based, but, try to put my own little spin on it. So it was watching those YouTubers kind of, for anybody who actually is watching this who's seen my stuff, the black bars at the top and bottom, stuff like that, learning how to color correct, learning story arcs, the build-up conflict resolution that every story has to have to qualify as a story. It was a mix of all of those together that kind of came out. And, the final product you see now, there's probably a time somewhere in early 2017, mid 2017, where I was like, you'd see elements of that. I wasn't sure exactly what. Sometimes it was like just do one mega trailer for all of them instead of doing individual episodes, stuff like that. I was still figuring it out. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I do have a funny pizza story. I was the pizza boy at what was I? 28 maybe. I deliver pizza to this one woman, and it's a nice expensive condo like just building. And I get up there, and this beautiful, chesty, low-cut shirt, 30-something MILF with no wedding ring on answers the door. And she's like, "Oh, thank you so much," and kind of being cute and flirty. And she actually says with a sly voice, "Would you like to come inside? There's something I'd like you to help me with." And at this point, I'm thinking of every porn scene. It's like, baby.
You can hear the bounce. Go, wow,
I was like, I thought my
background.
fantasy was about to come true, and I go in there, and she's like, "I can't get my TV surrounds to work." And
oh, Jesus.
So you became Geek Squad?
Yeah, for the next 20 minutes, I'm sweating my ass off, shirt untucked, my ass crack hanging out. I'm like, guys, give me the remote. Is the RC plugged in? Hang on. No, clean this HDMI cord. Yeah, got it working for her.
How much was that tip?
$20.
Oh, shit.
$20. But yeah, I had another time that was kind of funny where it was a bachelorette party, and they told it was a slow night, and they told them like, send a hot pizza guy. It was me, an 18-year-old girl, and a 65-year-old girl who were working that night. So they're like, "You're going," and I remember I opened the door and I was like, "Ladies." Luckily, they had good sense of humor too, so it was cool. I told them I unfortunately had hung up my G-string, but
I still remember that.
2007,
series,
there was a time.
The big
Showgirl
sausage.
Spectacular, San Diego, 2007.
Oh Lord, you remember the?
Where you went on stage and did a pole trick?
I did. I was in the G-string, motherfucker.
Were you really?
Yeah. We had it was a butt flap. They had
make
four of
them
us
that big?
dressed as Spartans.
Oh yeah. I do remember.
Oh,
I remember something about it. I don't remember.
Yeah. I've talked about that before. Where I was like, I had the balls to do it, and I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
Because all the girls actually did all the tricks. The four of us just had to stand there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that image.
Yeah. What else?
Once you figured out, hey, I can be successful out of this. I mean, you really found your rhythm and started gaining steam, and I mean, you were just going.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be? Because back in the day, minivids would still show you who number 1, number 2, number 3 was. How did it feel coming from literally nobody knew who the hell you were, some pizza delivery guy from Podunk, Alabama, and you're beating the leaders and the pioneers of the industry for months and years on end.
About 4 years.
Just
4 years. Number one producer on many.
I mean, just blew right past those guys like they were sitting still.
Now, the big guys that we really got, like I said, that were in my niche, in my genre, Alex and Luke being the big ones, they weren't on there. So that when I came for the rights. Now, when they did get on there, by then, actually, I think to this day, me and Alex still compete for number 2 and 3.
Yeah, y'all
We go
bounce back and forth, back and forth.
So, 'cause he went hard on there. But no, I mean, it was fucking amazing. They Manyvids back then used to be a lot cooler. They're not really that fun now, but back then they used to send out a it was something you could print off, just an easy certificate for top number 1 producer for the month. And I'm not ashamed to admit I have 40 of those framed. I was so pissed when they're like, "You're still number 1," because you get a bonus if you're the number 1 guy. You would get a bonus and everything. And I was so pissed when they stopped sending out the plaques. I was more like, "You guys keep the bonus, send me the plaque."
I just want the
I
recognition.
want the bragging rights, man. I had a whole wall of me that.
What was the biggest bonus you ever got from minivids?
Just $600. That was they first controversial thing to say on the podcast. I was a straight white man, and so Manyvids didn't really care about me.
No, I got
you. They didn't give a shit. They were definitely trying to push more of the alternative models.
Yeah.
Girl power. So granted the female category was a lot bigger. It was like the females. There were like 20,000 female producers and like 7,000 male producers.
Oh wow.
Or yeah, producers, 20,000 models. So when their first place would get like $1,200 or $1,500, something, I'd only get 6. But I wasn't competing in that category, so I don't knock them. But yeah, they if you were a trans model or a definitely alternative model or gay, and the female models, they would get a lot more recognition. They would get talked to a lot. They would get. I don't necessarily think they would get flown up to Canada where ManyVids is headquartered, but you would see them doing a lot more corporate event stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't. I think I basically had to beg for a free pillow. I still have the pillow. I saved it because I was like, that was all I ever got from them.
I mean, Pornhub did give you socks.
Yeah, whereas Clips for Sale, I was at best, I think my highest ranking one time was I was in the top 40, and that was for like a day. And them, every time I'd walk by their booth, I would get like a fucking duffel bag full of swag. But ManyVids would just look at me like, I guess you're okay to let in the lounge. And I was like, I remember I met the owner of ManyVids at AVN and didn't even know who the fuck I was.
I was no like, clue.
And at that point, I'm like, I've been your number one producer for like 4 years. Like,
you have no idea.
Yeah, you paid me thousands and thousands in bonuses over the years, and you don't have a fucking clue. I think I did the math one time, and it was something like I had made them like over $100,000, and they didn't have a clue who I was.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always.
But they knew who like the 20th place girl was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they knew who she was.
Well, I mean, she probably looked better than you did.
I'm telling you, man, it's sexism. There's just so much sexism in this business. There's just like,
I mean, like with what happened with 08 or with the Me Too stuff. Like, of course, I'm 110% for it. Like, I love OnlyFans giving girls the power and everything like that. I think that's great. I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
I just was like, in that situation, in that sense, like, ManyVids was spending a lot of money. They were trying to grow, and they are. They've become a big, profitable company. Good for them.
Yeah, they have.
But like, I didn't see anybody pumping out millions of views in their trailers advertising ManyVids. I didn't push Clips for Sale. I wasn't pushing OnlyFans because that didn't exist. I was pushing ManyVids. I grew them. Now, I'm sure plenty of other people helped. There were some of those top-ranked girls who were heavy hitters, so props to them. But like, I guarantee people who saw my trailer, went to my site and bought something, definitely browsed the site.
Oh, I'm sure.
They were just loyal to me. So I was always a little butthurt by how ManyVids acted. And, as OnlyFans blew up, I still stick to ManyVids and, still makes me good money, but OnlyFans pays me way, way more. And
is it just because it's just used to this, being in porn period was more taboo-y. But now it's starting to become to where if you see a girl and she doesn't have an OnlyFans, you're like, why? Why do you not have an OnlyFans? What are you doing with your life? I'm like,
no, I mean,
unfuck yourself.
Well, okay, so
wait, you masturbate and you don't record it?
Yeah, it's like exactly. I mean,
well, I mean, look at the
I mean,
look at like okay, I guess the first one is Pornhub.
Yeah.
What was that movie that came out? It's been years since it came out, but it was the husband and wife who made a porno, and then it got leaked on the cloud, and it was going to get put online.
Celebrity couple or something?
No, it was a movie. It was one of the guys, the husband, I think, was the tall guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Sex tape.
Sex tape.
Sex tape. Yeah.
Like that was like sponsored by Pornhub with the amount of Pornhub stuff in it. Like Pornhub got into the psyche of America. That's what you think of. And they talk about, you see it on TikTok. You see all the stuff where people do the Pornhub drum.
Yeah.
And watching the whole, like, people, like, straight men, whatever, Christian people, they all still turn because they all know that fucking sound.
Oh, yeah. It's very distinctive.
So, Pornhub was the first one to do it. And Clips for Sale didn't do that. ManyVids, it worked for it, but ManyVids was like, you can't walk up to someone who's not in this industry and who's never bought porn and go like, what do you think of ManyVids? They don't know what the fuck it is.
But everybody and their grandma knows who
OnlyFans got
OnlyFans,
good. Trying to get celebrities on board, that people like that. Now OnlyFans is culture now. Everybody has an OnlyFans. Pornhub and OnlyFans are what you think of with porn now, most people. So that was how. So with OnlyFans, like, I of course advertised my OnlyFans. I grew my OnlyFans. I think I'm up to 64,000 followers or subscribers. But OnlyFans was doing a good job on its own, becoming popular and mainstream.
Oh, yeah.
ManyVids, they just didn't go that route because they couldn't. They didn't. How are you how are you going to become famous on ManyVids? You just got to keep selling porn. But it was like I would just have videos that were just basically ManyVids commercials, and the lack of love we would get from them was just always a little frustrating.
No. Yeah, I just always wondered how it felt to get up there and just finally hit the top. That was a question.
It was cool. I mean, I was like, it got to be the point because I think I was number one for 3.5 years. Isn't exaggerating. 4 years might be exaggerating, but it was probably sometime in 2021, and I think I took the top spot into 2017.
Is it true?
Into 2017.
Is it true that when you finally got bumped for a month by another producer that you reached out and congratulated them?
Yes. So after I'd held the top spot for 3.5 years, I feel bad if I had their studio name in front of me. I would say it. They were, I think they're a husband and wife, or at least they're a couple. And genius idea. One of those guys, he's got like a fucking elephant fucking snout hanging between his legs, and the chick's gorgeous. And so it looks like what they do is they just go live. They do some sort of camming, and they film it, and they make some hot ass content. And they always have another couple, or they have another girl or two, and so this guy gets to enjoy himself, and they make some hot content, and they get paid to do lives. And they just started uploading it on ManyVids, and I think it was just the fact that it was amateur and raw.
Yeah,
they shot up. They shot up through the charts pretty quickly. And damn, I wish I knew their name. They ended up taking the top spot. And then when they did, I reached out to them and kind of just said, hey, I've had the top spot for 3.5 years. Congratulations. You're the first ones to ever bump me off. And I had some competition. There was a guy from Mexico who started his channel, and all his stuff was Spanish, but there's a market for people who want Spanish porn. Like, obviously, the amount of people out there who speak Spanish. So,
I mean, porn is
I never really thought he was probably shooting the same stuff I was, but it was all Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
But I was kind of able to, if there's a way to fend him off. He never got the top spot for me. Mm-hmm. He was at 2 for one time. He might have had number 1 for a day or two, but at the end of the month, I always ended up on top.
Yeah.
But
it's like playing a video game. Like, not today, fucker. Nope.
Yep. That was exactly. There was a bunch of them. Yeah, there was a bunch of them. And then it might have even been Alex. Might have been on my tail for a while. He was probably on me for 6 months, and I thought he was going to get me. And ended up this couple came out of nowhere, and they could have been doing this for years. If you're not in the top 20 on the producer side, I didn't know who you were. And then they took the top spot for me, and I reached out and congratulated them, and they were nice. They actually lived in Vegas when I was in Vegas too, so we never were able to meet up. Of course, then I teased them and was like, "Now I'm coming for you, motherfucker. You got me this month. I'm coming for next month."
And you actually took it back the next month, right?
Nope. Ever since they got the top spot, I've never gotten it back. And last I checked, I think they still have it.
Oh wow!
I think they do. It's been a while since I've checked because I've hovered around 2 or 3, and that's what it's like. Someone's been number 1, and then me and Alex Adams have been 2 and 3, and we've knocked each other off back and forth. But I don't know. I know I haven't gotten it back.
So you've talked a lot about Alex. I mean, are y'all like friends? Do you call him? Do y'all chit chat? I mean,
No, I mean we don't. Yeah, it's just like I can't sit there and say we're friends. We don't know each other. I don't actually think I've ever spoken to him in person. I think I saw him one time at Fetish Con when I was still coming up. I knew who he was, but I didn't really go up and talk to him. We obviously, with all the shooting we do, we have tons of mutual friends. I've never really had a bad word to say about Alex. So, he's always been respectful of the girls and everything like that. He pays well. So I've never on that side. And then, I have told girls before, like, "Oh, you going to shoot with Alex?" And I'll tell him I said hi.
No.
And he's reached out to me. I should say reached out, but like we follow each other on social media. So sometimes there's like, is your Pornhub sucking right now? What's going on? Mine's sucking too. Is your scene something like, something like that, just a business question. Like, are you having this problem? Because I've been having this problem. But that's about it. Like we don't really.
You ever thought about maybe having a sit down, like a meeting of the minds?
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually, he's probably going to think I copied his ass, but he just started his podcast like 3 months ago. So
great.
Well,
I don't know if I'm getting invited on his one day or if he gets invited on mine, but we'll see what happens. Either way, like, Alex always seemed cool, like, and what finally did it for me is a friend sent this to me probably a year ago. It's probably in 2021, maybe. I could look it up. Alex treats his TikTok like a Q&A. He does I think it's a daily video where he answers a question. So, minute and a half videos or something like that, but every fucking day. So if you scroll his TikTok, it's like hundreds of videos. And someone searched like on there like Kyle Balls. One of my friends did on TikTok because I told him I wasn't on TikTok. And someone asked Alex what he thought of me.
What'd he say?
Dude, I could see in his eyes for a second he thought about like making fun of me. I could see it, but he was like, I mean, the guy's got his own style. Like, I mean, because at the time, this is when I'm pushing OnlyFans promo. This is when I'm pushing Madison as a sex coach. This is when I'm pushing all this.
Yeah.
And so Alex is like, I don't watch his stuff. Is he selling courses right now? I'm not sure what Kyle's doing, but he's making money, so good for him, man. Like that was kind of, you could definitely tell Alex was like, it's not my style. I wouldn't do it, but good for Kyle. And I actually reached out to him after I saw it, and I probably saw it a year after he made the video. But I kind of said thank you because he could have been a dick.
Oh, yeah.
He could have trashed me. Instead, he was just kind of like, nah, he seems cool. And yeah, so we chatted ever since then. I feel like somebody was going around in the last couple weeks scamming, trying to say they worked for Pornhub, and they would help us increase our followers for something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alex, they had hit me up, and I think I asked them like one or two questions that I knew they couldn't answer because they didn't work for Pornhub. And the next day, Alex posted the same thing. And they're like, we'll help you grow your following and become more popular. And he responded with like, I'm the most popular guy on Pornhub. Yeah, and it's actually true. If you look at like the top Pornhub people, it's like 3 studios, like Brazzers and a couple other studios, a couple female models, and then him. Like there's no other popular man than him. He was like, I'm the most popular guy. I don't know what more you're going to do for me. And I, obviously I sent him my message and was like, yeah, they tried to get me too.
Damn.
So it was just, he's the one guy who can say that. Like, I literally am the most popular guy on this platform. Like, so
hey,
I won't lie. I've always wanted to ask him, like, what's that ad revenue like? I've always wanted to know.
Like, hey, homie.
Like, I mean, I know what I've done with decent views, and I haven't I may have beaten Alex on many vids, but he smokes my ass on ad revenue, on views. Like, I mean, yeah, on X videos before my account got deleted, on porn. Like, like the highest I ever got on Pornhub was, I think I was like trending at like 85, top 85.
Oh, wow.
That was the highest, and I held it for like a day. And he's like continually like top 10. Like, he doesn't drop out of it. So, yeah. And I know what I made that month.
Yeah,
I was ranked at 85. I know what I made that month. So, I've always been like, so that's how you got the Lamborghini, huh? That's why you got the fucking Rolls Royce and the Ferrari and the G-Wagon. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, I get you.
All the Range Rovers and Rolexes.
Yeah, that's I get it now, man. You got that ad revenue over there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get there one day, and then Pornhub got in trouble.
I mean,
that fucked us all.
You've definitely come a long way from pizza delivery guy to where you are now. That's for sure. And at a very young age.
I'd like to think so.
I mean,
36, hanging in there.
I mean, there's something most 36-year-olds nowadays don't even know what they want to do.
What is the podcast called? That's a really good question.
Yeah, what do you think it should be called?
Hey,
what do you think the podcast should be called, guys? We're debating. Is it
We're open for suggestions.
Yeah, where are we going? Is it Balls Deep? Talking Balls? Life of Balls podcast? Kyle Balls podcast? Oh, Kiki's here. Well,
Hey,
at least she was.
Hey, Kiki.
Gotta love Johnny. Yeah, Johnny's cool. Where's
got
Coco? Coco's on vacation.
Where Coco?
Where Coco? Yes, Balls Deep.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
You go live. Where's Coco?
We are leaning towards the Balls Deep podcast, but it's not official. Another vote for Balls Deep.
I say you do a
Everything.
poll.
What's it? Emptying the Balls podcast.
Emptying the balls. Unloading the balls.
Emptying the Balls podcast.
I still kind of like talking balls.
Yeah, I just don't know if that would be too sports sounding, and like I still to this day I don't know if I regret doing Life of Balls. Like I don't really.
The hell were you gonna name it?
Well, now that we've learned the hustle of YouTube and we know everything's getting age restricted, I should have just called it the Porn Producer Vlog. I just said fuck it and go that route with it. It probably would have had more people search the shit. Like, it just would have popped up more people. Yeah, I still wouldn't have been trending, but half my shit gets age restricted anyway. So.
Algorithms and so on. I get it.
We are going to try posting more YouTube videos. Just been busy. So for anybody who's watching the podcast or on here, what the problem was, or what I think the problem was,
Wayne
is no, Wayne's the shit.
Yeah,
Wayne's the shit. we were trying to do too much in the life of balls. Instead of just filming fun stuff, we also had a million people asking us a million questions. So we'd end up doing different segments, and sometimes I would be lagging on the segments, or we just wouldn't get them done in time, so then it would delay the release of the video. So what we've been kind of doing, I would say probably Christmas, maybe before Christmas even, is really just filming the fun events of Life of Balls. And it's a lot less stressful when you can go that route. So we film the fun events, but then we still have a million of you guys asking questions, wanting to know more stuff. So rather than trying to do it all in Life of Balls, we're going to do these podcasts in between and then still do fun Life of Balls episodes where it's like a lot less pressure. Right. More pressure for Wayne because he has to do a lot more work, but I just get to be on-air talent, which is awesome. How is Donald? Donald is doing great.
Actually, it was his birthday recently, wasn't it?
Yes. We are trying to get Donald back out here.
I miss Donald. I miss Donald's cooking.
Yeah, so hopefully Donald will be out here soon. We just kind of got behind. I left Vegas and live in Florida. A lot of my best friends were in Vegas, now west still.
The move.
And Russia invaded Ukraine, which definitely fucked up gas and airline prices for like 6 months. And then we got behind on other stuff, so it was tricky because being in Florida, I could fly anybody in all the time, and it was cheap. But I remember at one point during the height of the invasion, it was like round trip to San Diego on fucking Southwest was like $1,800.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't. There was no out of town talent coming in. It was like if you're Florida or you're driving. Do you have any regrets about the industry?
Any regrets? Not even one letter.
Oh, no regrets.
Do I have any regrets?
Not getting in earlier.
Yeah. That was the big one. Not putting, because I probably always had this idea to do this type of strategy. And I regret not doing it sooner, of course. Regret not doing 2 to 3 DMs a day on OnlyFans a lot sooner, for sure.
Yeah.
Trade secrets.
Did you ever contract an STD? Oh, that's a very serious
hot
question.
topic.
Oh God!
The amount of testing that we have to go through to be in this industry.
Do we let? I wouldn't say names. I'm a gentleman. But do we actually?
I think by all this beating around the bush, it's obvious. Like,
do we actually admit the dirt?
I mean, it happens.
Yes. I had a model give me something special one time, and even after we had done the testing, she hadn't followed the protocols after one test. And I had a doctor's prescription and was laid up for a week and a half while everything was cleared up. Went and got tested later on, and everything's good. So, but you're talking. I've had that one issue, and I probably at this point had sex 400 or 500 times with porn stars at this point. Like maybe not 400 or 500 individual porn stars, but like different sexual 400 or 500 times. And one time somebody gave me something that, like I said, was able to be cured by a pill. Are you going to Exotica Miami? Are we?
You tell me, man, because you're the one who always
I've already
cancels
booked my room, so.
You were supposed to tell me which room to book.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to Exotica Miami. That is the plan.
When is Exotica Miami?
July 14th, 15th, and 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotta love the Iceman. Yeah, he's the shit.
Okay.
It's the weekend before my birthday.
Right.
Okay, so anybody wants to get Cousin Matt anything?
No, I'm not worried about it.
Are you still shooting scenes currently? Yes, I shot stuff like 2 days ago. I have shoots coming up. Shooting all the time. If I had a chance to do it all over again, would it be different? Yeah, I would have just started my business practices a lot sooner. This will be a question that my friends will laugh at. Because I do spend money on stupid shit, not going to deny that. But do you spend lots of money on fashion and clothes?
Oh, you?
Yes, that's what they want to do. I spend lots of money.
Fashion and clothes.
Hold on, let me answer that. Please, for the love of God, let me answer that one. Please let me answer that one.
I'm comfortable. Let's say that.
Kyle wears the same shit every day. If you go into his closet, which I may get up from this podcast,
we might have to do a video tour of my
closets,
closet sometime so people can laugh.
He wears the same shirt and shorts year round. Doesn't matter if it's snowing.
Pretty much.
Shit. But his watch collection, that's where he spends his money. His watch collection.
That's the only thing that's different is the watches. But yeah, I didn't realize I was doing it, but I felt a lot cooler when I found out Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg do. Not that I'm comparing myself to them, but I got tired of wasting the mental energy on what am I going to wear today? Especially like most of my days I'm at home. I work from home. And a lot of the stuff I go do is very casual. So I should be sponsored by them. The One Bone clothing brand makes these tank tops for tall dudes and big dudes. I'm big. And I think I probably have like 50 of these.
Easy.
And then my black basketball shorts, the what they're called, like Pro League or something shorts.
And Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs. Yeah,
Shout
but
out
I mean,
to
I'll
Crocs.
put shoes on. It depends on what I'm doing. Like I'll put shoes on if I have to go places for
I
sure.
saw you in a collared shirt yesterday for the first time since I've known you.
Yeah.
And I damn near fainted.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So
And it was pressed. He ironed it.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I have some nice clothes. I have some shirts that are like $250 a pop or whatever that I would wear for date nights and stuff like that. But so much of my time is at home, rinse, wash, and repeat. That I have the same outfit every day. So I mean, I'm sure some people look at me like, does he wash those clothes? But no, I just have 50 pairs of them. So I have less. It's just one less decision I have to make every day. And
Your favorite shirt will never be dirty.
well, there's also okay. So the only thing that ever gets in the way. This happened. This happened in Vegas actually. I was wearing this outfit. Go figure. In Vegas.
I see where this is going.
I don't know what steakhouse it was we went to.
Needed sleep.
But I think I was with Donald, Coco. There's another girl there. We weren't filming.
No.
And we were out doing stuff and we go to get food. And they're like, the hostess calls the maitre d' over, and he's very polite, and he kind of goes like, sir, I'm sorry. We have a dress code here and the tank top, because it was a nicer restaurant. And I remember going, I completely understand. And I turned back with 100. I said, how about now? And he goes, let me get you a table. So I was like, even my clothes are appropriate. Wedding, funeral, tank top's good to go. Any plans for shooting VR porn? Oh, I've been asked that question for 5 years. No, I have no plans to do it.
VR.
What's involved in that? Like, what would you even have to do?
I know it's a special VR camera.
Okay, so there's a special equipment.
So it's special equipment. And I'm not even really against that. It's just, my business motto, I shoot what I would buy.
Yeah.
And the average guy who's watching my porn is in a relationship and his girlfriend is not going to be cool with it. So no, I'm not going to shoot stuff which requires, sound canceling headphones in the gling so that your wife comes home early and you're in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't think that'll be the big seller. Everybody thinks it is, but I don't think it'll be a big seller. And honestly, people have been telling me that for years now.
They've been trying to do.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. They've been trying to do VR since. Oh, I know at least 8 years ago because that was like the big thing at AVN that year.
Yep. I remember that.
I mean, people were giving out like free VR goggles.
Yeah.
Like one company was.
Guy said, man, what a wasted potential. You would look good in a mink coat. I think I would too.
Hey, Sir Mix-a-Lot did. He was a big fella.
Hey, you know who also wears a mink coat? Burger King.
The guys say I got the Burger King beard.
You were
Because
wearing...
we were at Medieval Times. I had a crown on last night too, so I could see it.
Okay, guys, when the Life of Ball episode comes out where we're at Medieval Times, please let us know if Kyle looks like the Burger King
Compliment
or not.
on here about the Darth Balls scene too. They said they enjoyed that. And that was all Wayne.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, right on. Thanks.
What is your favorite food? Pizza. Not saying I'm not even gonna really see.
You a Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, for sure. That was actually I love that show. Do more shower scenes. I already went over that. When is the merch dropping?
Good question.
I'm not actually going to tell you to ask him because I wouldn't let you pull it up, but ask Dan. I'm waiting on him. I got a buddy moving out who's helping me do it. Yep. I'm working on the swag, guys. Working on merch.
It took me a while after I first met Dan to get what Giggle Puff meant. It took me, and I knew he was a weed dealer and he smoked weed. Like I smoked weed. I was just like, Giggle Puff, okay.
I think I just because I'm sure you talked to Dan.
Yeah.
But Dan's first night at the club, because it was a small club and it was just two bouncers, it was very much like, you guys are it now, become best friends.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be working together 5 nights a week. So I think it was like the second night of like, so Giggle Puff, what's that about? It's just like, we got to have some, we're working 8 hours a night together. We got to have something to talk about. So what's that about? Is that the end of the first podcast?
You think so?
We're going to sign off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything else we should talk about?
Oh, there's so much I want to talk about.
Any last questions from anybody on the
Who is this
Insta-G?
Dan person I keep hearing about? He'll make an appearance soon.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan's going to be a...
Yeah, the guy just asked who Dan was, and I think Giggle Puff will be here soon.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be an episode in
Oh, we're going to have
itself.
him on the podcast alone. Are you kidding me? Just,
Hold on.
me and Wayne were talking about that. Dan's like, what are we talking about? Just go, Dan.
Yeah,
just go.
Maybe
The color orange, go.
probably
Yeah.
the first episode we have to do in 3 parts.
I was finna say, you better get your little button ready, the beep button.
Who's the next podcast? Okay, so if I'll try to answer that. Wayne may have to cut this out because we may necessarily not be shooting this in order. Hopefully, Charlie Hart. She's gonna do one. I don't know if it'll be the next one released. Charlie Hart and Misdemeanor are probably 2 on deck.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm going to hear it now.
Why? What do you mean?
Right, as soon as I go, how come Kyle ain't going to have me on?
Oh, we're going to have Kendra on for sure.
I just don't know if Kendra's next. There's a chance Charlie Hart's going to be here tomorrow.
Watch, her ass will drive down tomorrow.
She can come do the podcast. She can come do the podcast for sure.
Oh.
Jeez.
We'll shoot content while she's here.
So it's not a wasted trip.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Well,
Right on.
that's
So-
how I got started in the porn industry, guys.
Yeah,
I have a
cut
feeling
on.
that'll be the title of the episode.
Yeah. Well, we actually have a Life of Balls episode that's titled that, How I Started in the Business, and I think there's another segment on it.
Yeah,
But
Did we ever answer questions that one? It feels kind of cool.
we've never answered questions. No.
I used
Remember the
to,
show.
not that I'm on a television, like a real television show, but I remember whenever you watch cast interviews of like Big Bang Theory, Modern Family, and, they'll ask them like, do you remember filming this one or what was your favorite one? And you always see the actors kind of go like, I was in that episode? What did I do? I said that?
For real?
And I used to kind of think like, oh, you fucking douchebags. Like, you're just fucking actors getting your money. You don't care about the show or the fans. And I've only done like 36 or 37 Life of Balls episodes. And I'm like, we did that?
Yeah. I do that
When
too.
did we
I'll be
go
like,
there?
When was that?
People will ask me questions.
Who was there?
Kendra, why can't you text me? Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, I
She was
told you.
creeping.
Yep,
Holy
told
shit.
you.
She was creeping. She knew.
Uh-huh.
Kendra, we want you on the podcast. Don't worry.
Why can't you text me and say,
Hot Tub Lives were amazing. I missed them. Me too.
yes.
But girls kept getting a little crazy. So we have to do Hot Tub Lives on OnlyFans if we do them. And we don't do them that often. But yeah. So it's gotten to that point with Life of Balls now where people ask me about that. I'm like, when did we do that?
Yeah.
do
Same
we-
thing. Yeah.
Especially if it's something like, I loved it when you guys went to Universal. I'm like, huh?
Which time?
Which of the 9 times?
right.
Of course, that's the same with porn now, too. Like, can you send me that shower scene?
which one?
And I'm like, which one? The MILF one. Okay.
Yeah. The milk one.
Which girl? The white one.
Right.
Okay. Well, there's a few that I can cut out there, but like, she had big tits.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Cool.
That narrowed it down, let me tell you.
So, I don't know. This is behind the scenes stuff. Maybe we shouldn't be saying it on mic now, but we need to come up with some kind of sign off or something.
Yeah, right.
Stay balls.
May the
Stay
balls,
ballsy, San
may the
Diego.
balls be with you.
May the balls be with you.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Hopefully, we'll have it
geez.
figured out in the next couple episodes.
They got some kind of Irish
And
toast
you-
that includes like, and may your balls dangle to the knee.
And now you've been teabagged.
May the balls be with you, Kyle. Thank you, sir.
May the balls be with you.
Balls out.
Balls out. Yes. Balls out.
All right, ladies and
Actually,
gentlemen, balls out.
we could even be the Balls Out podcast.
I don't know, just that's Liver King does Liver King out, and I don't want to be kind of compared to him right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Balls out.
All right. Well, that was a great first episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And I'm out.
watching, listening, and being here.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm.